Hi guys, it's Sarah. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. This is the makeup look I'm going to be doing today, so if you guys want to learn how to do this look, then keep on watching. First, we're going to be starting off with a primer. Today I'm going to be using the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For. Let's rub that all over my face. Then after primer, the first thing I do is my eyebrows, so today I'm going to be going in with my Anastasia Dip Brow in the color Dark Brown. I like to first brush out my eyebrows. I know you're thinking, don't you already have eyebrows on? No, my eyebrows are micro shaded, but when I'm doing my makeup, especially if I'm doing a full face, I like to darken them and define them a little more. I like to start off with a line off in the bottom of the brow first. Then I draw a line on the top of my eyebrows. Then I go in and fill in my eyebrows, darkening them up. Make sure you take this spoolie and you blend out all the lines in your eyebrows. It helps even out the color, gets rid of those harsh lines, because I see some girls, they got lines in their eyebrows. I used to be one of those girls. After I have a very rough outline of how I like my brows to look, I take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Beige, which is 22B. Take this little e.l.f. concealer brush. I just take a little bit of this concealer on my brush here, and I carve out my eyebrows. I want to make sure you blend the concealer down. Sometimes I like to take this Sonia Kashuk blending brush. It's really thick, so it's good for blending out concealer. If I do just normal day-to-day makeup, this is pretty much how I do my eyebrows. But if I wear foundation, I also carve out the top of my eyebrows. Ever since I started drawing my eyebrows, I was always pretty much obsessed with having really clean lines on my eyebrows. I always wanted the Instagram brow look, and that's still pretty much what I go for. After I get my eyebrows about as even as I can get them, I go back with that same concealer and I just start concealing around my eyebrows and my under eyes. Yes, and any blemishes that I may have, or especially on my cheeks where I'm red, the main center of my face. I take my Real Techniques sponge and I just blend that out. After concealer, I go in with the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Medium Buff. I put that on my Real Techniques brush and I just distribute it around my face first. I may have put too much, but that's okay. We cakey out here. Make sure you get down on your neck, into your ears. I have a really hard time matching my foundation. It's a struggle. Now before I set my face, I like to put on my eye primer first. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I really like this eyeshadow primer because I get really oily eyelids and this works a little bit, goes a long way. Just pat that in. Now to set my face, I use this Maybelline Fit Me setting powder, and this is in the shade Natural Ivory. I take my Morphe Y6 brush and I just use that all over my face, and I make sure I use this kind of motion so that way I don't move my foundation. I also set my eyebrows so this way they don't move during the day, they don't rub off, they don't fade. So next is contouring, and for bronzer, I kind of cheat. I don't really use bronzer. I literally just use the same thing, but in a darker shade. So this is the shade Mocha. I use this NYX fan brush, and I just tap it in there and go right in. So I use this kind of straight line motion first, and then I start kind of putting little circles into it to blend it upwards. Looking snatched. Looking like Maleficent over here. Then I do the same for my jawline, my non-existent jawline. Gotta draw one on. Then for my forehead, same thing. For my nose, I use the same brush. I just slightly tap it because I'm too afraid to go heavy, just like that. So now I bake my face. I know a lot of people, it's controversial. Some people like baking, some people don't, but I do. I feel like it makes my skin look smoother. So I'm going in with the Ciate Extraordinary Translucent Powder. And with that same sponge, I'm going in and putting that under my eyes. And I make sure I put it down the sides of my nose. Really helps emphasize that contour and pick up the oiliness off my nose. And I put it underneath my cheek contour to help clean it up and make it look nice and sharp. And around my mouth to help with those smile lines. I also like to do the middle of my forehead because I feel like it helps just highlight it a little bit, and around my eyebrows to help with all that excess concealer, especially if I messed up a lot that day. This will like pick up the extra amounts of concealer around my eyebrows. So now that we're looking all weird, it's time for eyeshadow. First, I'm gonna take this 35E Farrah brush and I'm gonna go into the color Wow from the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. Put this color over my whole eyelid. Just blend it up all the way, as far as I can. Then I'm going to be taking the Morphe X James Charles palette, and I'm going to be dipping into the color Social Blade using this Morphe blending brush. It doesn't have a number on it, so I'm not really sure what it is. I'm going to pack that on the outer corner of my lids, blending it upwards. I'm going to take that same color with the same brush and put that on the inner corner of my eye as well. Now I'm gonna take Morphe. It's from the Y collection, but the number is rubbed off, so I'm not really sure which brush it is. And I'm gonna go into the color Daddy, and I'm gonna pack that on here as well. Can't forget the inner. Now I'm gonna take the Anastasia Subculture palette, and I'm gonna go into this color here called Electric. I'm going to take this NYX flat brush, spray some setting powder on it so it helps pick it up. I'm gonna put that right down the middle. And that's pretty much it for the top of the lid. I'm gonna go do the other one. Now I'm gonna go in with this NYX vinyl eyeliner and draw a little wing. Now I'm gonna take my Morphe Y1 brush and wipe off all this bake. Now I'm gonna take this little brush. I'm honestly not sure where it's from. I'm gonna go back into the James Charles palette, into the color Skip, which is this bright pink down here. Now is the time I put on my setting spray, so I'm gonna take the NYX Matte Finish setting spray and spray that all over my face. Now I'm going to take my Anastasia Amrezy highlighter, and I'm going to take my Morphe M124 brush and highlight my brow bone and my inner eyes. And I'm also going to take this down the ridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. I'm going to take my Morphe Y14 brush and use that for my cheekbones. I'm also going to go in with the Anastasia Dream Glow Kit, and I'm going to take some Ethereal and some Unicorn and also put that on my cheekbones. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express Mascara. I'm putting on the Eylure Bronze Beauty Lashes with a Duo Glue. I love this glue. I almost forgot. I'm going to take this NYX brow mascara, use that to get any powder off my eyebrows and to keep my eyebrow hairs in place. Now for the lips, I'm going in with this Morphe liquid lip in the color True Story. I'm gonna go with this kind of neutral brown color just to give the eyes their moment. So this is the final makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like this makeup look, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!